Hey, stranger.
Hey! Wow. So good to finally meet you in person.
Right. So good to finally meet you too, and wearing the same thing as your profile picture. Nice.
Oh, how else would you know it's me? Do you want to grab us a table? I can get you a drink. I'm gonna grab another.
Yeah, totally. I'll have a dirty martini, extra dry with olives, please.
Okay, James Bond. I'll take a vodka martini, extra dry, shaken, and just like a vodka neat.
Coming up.
Hey, how about we just sit at the bar?
Yeah, let's do that. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff. I wanna know more about this this arrangement with your husband.
Yeah, the arrangement.
Yes. Yeah, whatever you guys call it. I mean, how did that come up? How are you guys doing that? And how tell me more.
Yeah. Well, we call it our relationship.
Okay, of course.
Yeah. And basically about a year ago, we were both feeling a little unhappy and some of our needs just weren't being met. And so we were at this weird point where instead of trying to fit square pegs into round holes and force change, we figured since we still loved each other and didn't want to lose what we had, we would try and find separate partners that would fulfill those needs.
Damn. Wow,
Yeah.
that's so interesting. I feel like someone who's only done monogamous relationships, that's like the juncture, right? You're either trying to move on or move forward. You're trying to find what you can in the next person. But yeah, that's so brave of you guys. I never even really figured that was an option. And probably because the relationships were worth figuring out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I love what we have, and I love him, but if I'm being honest, I'm really starting to like this newfound freedom as well.
How long have you guys been doing this?
You are the second person I've been out with. The
Oh.
first guy was not really all that interesting, to be honest. The sex was great, but
Oh, so sex is part of the agreement.
yeah, can you dig it? I'm kidding.
sorry.
I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. I mean, look, it's if it happens, it happens. But it's definitely not my priority. You know, I'm looking for something a little more meaningful. You know, someone to have conversations with that I would normally not have with my husband about things he couldn't care less about. You know, someone to open a bottle of wine with and get lost with in reruns of Star Trek Next Generation, or whether or not Lost was actually just an allegory for purgatory.
So the serious stuff. Yeah, no, I mean, I totally hear you. I'm looking for the same thing, you know, and I'm only here for a few weeks, so I'm really definitely looking forward to exploring you. I mean, exploring LA with you. God.
Yeah, I'm on to you, Nate.
I just want to enjoy the rest of my time here, you know. Hey, I'm always open to being romantically swept off my feet. No pressure. So you mentioned you like movies.
Yeah, I'm big into rom-coms and romantic dramas. Stuff like You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally, Past Lives, About Time.
Ooh, About Time. So good. So damn good. You know, there's this movie, it's like a series where this couple, they're in Europe and they're on a train and they're just walking and talking.
Yeah, the Before series.
Yes. Greatest love story of our generation.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Oh my gosh, no, I absolutely agree. I mean, Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke are incredible in them. I mean, and the progression in their relationship over the course of the 3 movies is just so wonderful
So good.
and real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the ideal experience for me. You know, meet a stranger, fall for them, but with a ticking clock. You know, I guess my romantic sensibilities stem right from that movie. I don't know what that says about me, but
Yeah, well, I don't even know what that experience looks like nowadays, you know? I mean, we've replaced a train to Vienna with, what, a random swipe on a dating app?
Yeah, it's definitely changed.
Oh.
But not without its charms.
So sorry, I just gotta get this. Hey, what's up? Ah, damn, yeah, yes, I'll just be there in a minute. Yeah, just give me a sec. Okay, bye. I am so sorry about that. I have a friend who is staying with me, and I swear this is not one of those excuses kind of things, but basically she forgot her key to my place, and so she just...
Okay. All right. I get it. I get what's going on here.
No, really, Nate, it's not...
No, I'm kidding. I totally understand. I totally get it.
Oh my...
Yeah, no, let's get you out of here.
Okay, yeah.
You want to do this again sometime?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I'm telling you, she was literally hiding under my bed. It was nuts, and like with a living room full of people. I swear, nothing good comes from dating apps. Not for me. I've got all these wild stories. I should write a movie or a TV show about it.
Ooh, I'd watch that. Yeah, I can see it now. Nate's Dates, the series.
Oh, okay, yeah, don't tempt me with a good time. No, but these stories have to be told.
Yeah, well, I really love how open you can be about your past and experiences and stuff. It's very admirable.
Thank you. Yeah, it's taken years of practice, but I figure why not be as open as possible? You know, your mistakes, your triumphs, it's what makes you who you are. And if you can't find the humor in it all, then what's it all for?
Yeah, that's a good outlook.
Yeah, I know I set the bar high, but what about you? You got any crazy, wild stories from your past?
Yeah, you don't want to hear any of my boring stories.
No, I do. Tell me. Don't make me talk about myself all day. What about you? You got any crazy, mysterious ex-boyfriends? Some embarrassing stories? There's got to be something.
Well...
What does dating with Alice look like?
Well, there's not much to tell, to be honest. I've only ever had one boyfriend before James, and we were young and stupid. He was a jerk and really not worth talking about. I don't have any stories of people hiding under my bed or eating too much at all-you-can-eat sushi.
Well, I didn't mean to press. I just was curious to know more about you.
Yeah, no. James and I just got married so young and after such a short time dating, you know? Maybe that's what I'm trying to make up for now. I don't know.
How long have you and James been married?
Yeah, going on almost 10 years. Yeah, we met working at this cafe in Germany where I lived for 15 years. And yeah, our dads were in the military and they were stationed there.
Oh, wow, okay. I didn't realize you guys were there for so long.
Yeah, no, it was really lovely. It was great being so central to that part of the world, you know. Did wonders for my worldly perspective. But yeah, we got married and then a few years later we moved back to LA.
How have you guys been adjusting to being back in the States?
Yeah, we've adjusted pretty well, I think. You know, he's found his thing and I've found mine, you know. But yeah.
This is probably a little too personal, but I figured we already crossed that line. Did you guys ever talk about having kids?
Yeah, we talked about it briefly years ago, but decided to wait and it just never came up again. My philosophy on kids is to hold off until you have all the experiences that you want to do, and right now there's just still so much that I want to do. And I know it sounds selfish, but It's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, I feel the exact same way. Like, I look at all my high school friends who have kids, and I think, like, yeah, that would be cool to be a young parent. But then I think about all the experiences I had in my 20s and my early 30s, and I would have never been able to do that.
Yeah, plus, like, my parents had a nasty divorce that I got to experience as a teenager, so without so many successful marriages around me in my life, I'm surprised that James and I have done as well as we have.
Yeah, no, my parents are divorced too, so I totally get it. It's hard out here. Well, we pretty much killed the vibe. You want to get out of here?
Yeah.
You know, I know a really cool spot with some cheap drinks.
Your place?
My place. Let's do it.
Can I talk to you about something?
Anything.
It's just something that's been on my mind lately. You know, that night that we met at the bar. Well, as we were talking, I noticed that James was there as well. It looked like he was also on a date. I didn't know he had a date that night. I mean, he said he was home when I texted him before I even got to the bar. And while I, made no effort to get his attention or talk to him or anything like that, we made eye contact at one point. And he just looks through me. And then later that night, as he was walking out, he put his arm around the girl. And he wasn't wearing his ring. That was the worst part of it all. Like, I've been nothing but upfront with you about my relationship and intentions, and it just feels like maybe he's hiding that part of himself. Like, maybe to the girls he goes out with, he's just another single guy with an apartment full of roommates.
Does that give you any kind of, like, pause to everything?
In the moment it did, but it would be a little hypocritical of me to feel a certain kind of way, even though I was also on a date. Just made me start to think about what's next.
That's interesting you say that. Can I ask you something? This is kind of, goes with what you're saying, but what's next for us? What if I moved to LA? I couldn't do it immediately, but it's possible at some point. What would be next for us?
I don't know, Nate.
And you don't think about it?
No, yeah, I guess it's crossed my mind, but what? Are you expecting me to leave James and be with you? Go from one person to another? That would put me in the same position that I was in before, I'd be losing this freedom that I've gotten from an open relationship. That's It's not been my intent.
So you don't see like a world where like we would be together?
Well, I can't say that for certain, Nate, but what I can say for certain is that what you are talking about is not what I'm looking for. I mean, I've been very open with you about my wants and needs.
I know, it's just, even though you're not 100% happy with James, you'd still choose him over me. And I'll be honest, over these past few months, I've fallen in love with you. I haven't felt like this in a really long time. It's intoxicating. And I want to spend all my time with you. And I know you feel the same way too.
Yeah, I do, Nate, but maybe intoxicating is exactly the right word for what this is. I mean, we're both in this sort of head high, you know? I mean, we have an amazing time together. This is a new thing. The sex is clearly great. Totally get it.
I mean, then what's keeping you from being mine?
Nate, my priorities are not to find a new husband. And I'm sorry for that, but I'm no one's property.
Okay, that's not what I meant.
No. But this idea that you belong to someone once you're with them is total bullshit. I mean, I'm not anyone's thing. You know, I don't belong to anyone. So you say you love me, but love me how?
Love you how? Listen, I care deeply about you. Okay? I mean, I would do anything for you. Not to mention respect, trust, admiration.
But you would feel all of those things for your friends or your family.
Yes, but that's different.
How so? I mean, you would still do anything for them. You'd still want to spend time with them. I don't know. Maybe that word just doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Love. Oh my God, listen to me.
Hey, come here. Listen, I love you, Ellis. Okay, and I can't believe it's taken me 34 years and 2,000 miles to find you. But listen, I respect and admire what you're saying, and would you just come back to bed? I promise I'll try to listen and understand, even if you don't love me or give a shit about me.
Oh my God. Look, I know neither of us were expecting to feel this way about each other, especially given the timing and everything, but you have to understand my relationship and where I'm at. You know? Maybe we were just supposed to meet and change each other's lives for the better. And that's it. No happy ending.
Yeah, it reminds me of this thing I read last week. Something like the days are long and the years are short.
Getting philosophical and on your way to traveling, I see. Maybe it's destiny that we meet at the last possible minute.
That's one way to look at it.
So you work in film, yeah? Tell me more about it.
Yes, I work in visual effects production.
Very cool. So you help make all the cool stuff, huh? Do you love it?
I do. Yes. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to work on some really cool projects. I get to travel and get paid for it. And yeah, I mean, we're filming a movie out here, and they flew me out for a few months to be on set. So.
Gosh, that's great. Do you end up having to travel a lot?
Yes. Well, no. Yes and no, I guess. It depends on the project and if there's a need for it. But lately, if there's ever an opportunity, I say yes. And I've never been to LA before, so I figure, why not?
Love an opportunity to travel. And that's very spontaneous of you to just say yes and go to a city you've never been to before.
Yeah. I owe it to this newfound confidence I have. It's funny, I like to think it's all because of an olive.
An olive?
An olive.
Please explain.
Okay. I was working in the UK, and we had this long weekend off. So I hopped on a train to Paris.
So fancy.
I know. Now, I've hated olives my whole life. Just hated olives. And I find myself at this cafe, Eiffel Tower peeking in the back, string lights, it's gorgeous. And I don't speak a lick of French. But somehow I end up talking to this waiter who's from Ohio, of all places. And we're chit-chatting. He's talking about why he got there, what I was doing there, blah, blah, blah. Cut to. He serves me a beer and this small bowl of olives. And I push the olives to the side no, thank you, right? And I'm sitting there doing my thing, drinking my beer, people watching, enjoying the moment. And I can't stop thinking about these olives. I can't get my mind off them. So I'm looking at them and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna eat an olive. And I did.
And?
I loved it. I did. And so now I'm thinking I love olives, right? What else am I missing on? What other risks am I not taking because of some preconceived notion?
So that was your awakening.
Exactly. Yeah. I was stuck in a small little rut in life, and it took this little thing to get me out of it, which I'm glad it did because it got me to LA and, meeting you. And so now I just try to find things to get me out of my comfort zone.
I love that. I'm so happy you got an opportunity like that because not everyone gets one like that.
Jeez, I can't believe we've been here all day.
I know. Yeah, I didn't even realize what time it was.
No, it's getting late.
We should probably get back. Do you mind walking me home, though?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Fun.
Yeah.
Well, this is you.
So it is. I had a lot of fun today. Thank you for the wonderful walk.
Yes, I am really enjoying our walks.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed hearing about your olive experience. Maybe I'll have one of my own someday.
Yeah, you should. All right, bye.
So I'll see you Sunday?
Sunday. All right, bye. Hey, since it's my last night with you here, would you do something for me?
Yeah, of course.
Tonight, can we have no interruptions? No phone calls, no texts, just you, me, and the night sky. Is that something you'd be into?
Yes, but oh my gosh, you are so corny.
Didn't know what this would be, but I knew I didn't see what you thought you saw in me. I jumped the gun, so sure you'd split and run, ready for the worst before the damage was done. Oh, oh, oh. Storm never came, or it never was. Didn't know getting lost in the blue. It meant I wound up losing you. Welcome to the